Welcome back to FM Story. We're approaching the midway point of season 12 of this Glory Hunt to Save, and the main event of the season is about to get underway. The only trophy that we're really bothered about this season is the Coppa Italia. That gets underway this episode where we'll play either Genoa or Frosinone in the third round. So without further ado, let's get into the action. We're now into the middle of January, and we've got the first game in the Coppa Italia coming up at home against Genoa. We couldn't have had a much more difficult start in the Coppa Italia this season. The team who were third, we played out a boring 0-0 draw with them earlier on in the season in the league. Since the end of the last episode, things have gone pretty well. We ended the last episode with clawing back a point against Parma. We then beat Fiorentina 3-0. Pretty comfortable result. We got hammered by Milan in the Champions League. We then beat Bologna and Lazio pretty comfortably in the league before ending the year with a 1-1 draw away at Empoli. The Super Coppa, we won the semi-final against Milan pretty comfortably, but lost pretty decisively against Napoli in the final. And then in the most recent league game, we won 5-1, hammering Monza. So hopefully we go into this game against Genoa with a bit of good form behind us. We're guaranteed to be in the knockout stage of the Champions League. We're currently 6th after 6 games with 13 points from those 6 games. And as far as the league's concerned, we're top of the table as well. 3 points clear of Milan, 8 points clear of Genoa and Torino. But this season, the only thing that really matters is the Coppa Italia, because we didn't win it with our season at Napoli earlier on in the save. That's what we're putting all our eggs in. That basket this season, and hopefully we can come away with a victory and through to the quarter-final. So obviously home game, hopefully we can get the result. We've gone with pretty much our strongest team, except Inacio is really struggling fitness-wise, so he's dropped to the bench. Shablas at right back, Boyomo and Lodovics as the centre defensive pairing. Right, from the kick-off, Genoa go back to the centre-half. Playing it around at the back. Poor pass, Keenan Yildiz to Lucas Serra. Looks for Sula, but it's cut off. Serra wins it back, though. Binch to Vlahovic. Must be offside. Has to be offside. Probably a good 3 or 4 yards offside, I would imagine, as well. Just went far too early. It's actually a bit closer than it looked. Good finish once he got in there, but we need to get him in there more regularly. Right, bring it forward. Vitinha cuts it off. Beck to Serra. Vitinha. Keenan Yildiz looks for Sula. He's gone to pick up the ball after the defender flicked it away from him. Shablas. Keenan Yildiz finds Owen Beck into the box. Fires it across the keeper. Puts us 1-0 up early on. And that's exactly the start we needed to get this Coppa Italia campaign going well. So Shablas finds Keenan Yildiz. He takes his time. Finds Beck in space. And he just hammers it into the far corner past the keeper. Right, Sula with a corner. Floats it towards the back post. It's headed away from Lodovics. Beck finds Vitinha on the edge of the box. Serra comes to Sula. Lovely pass. Keenan Yildiz has turned it in. We're going to get a VAR check, but I mean, it might be the angle, but he didn't look offside. But he was. So it comes out to Sula, and he just rolls the ball across the box. That's very tight. The player in the left back position was almost playing him on. Sula with another corner, this time to the near post. It's headed up in the air and then headed clear. Keenan Yildiz back to Sula. Did he stay onside? He's pulled it back. Vitinha's fired it home. It got a deflection on the way in for an own goal. And that's 2-0. So Sula does well to keep himself onside on the right. He's in acres of space, drives into the box, pulls it back to Vitinha. Defender sticks his leg out to try and block it, and it flies into the back of the net. Right, a corner for them. Throtten back, pulls it back to the edge of the area. We've got away with one there. That's smashed off the post. We still haven't got rid of it yet, though. We've forced them back to the halfway line. And there we are, half-time, 2-0 up. We've scored from our only 2 shots. One went in the back of the net. One was deflected in as an own goal. And we just need to keep this up for another 45 minutes. Yeah, very quiet second half, relatively. Not an awful lot happening. We're dominating possession. Late corner for us. Moretti to the back post. It's headed into the side netting. But surely it's too late for us to throw this one away. And there we are, 2-0, through to the next round. And the Coppa Italia dream's still alive for another season. We're now at the beginning of February. The January transfer window's come and gone. By and large, things have carried on pretty well. And we've got a big local derby at the top of the table against Torino coming up. In the January transfer window, the only outgoing was Gabriele Davanzo, who came in on a free transfer in the summer from Man City. He's gone out on loan to Catanzaro. And we've made one signing. We've gone to PSG and picked up Donnarumma, who we'd done a deal in January of last year for to get him at the end of his contract at PSG. We've gone just even though he's 35, I think he's still a step up on Verbruggen. Although his first game maybe doesn't tell us that. Following the Coppa Italia game against Genoa, we hammered Salernitana 6-1 at home. We got beat 3-2 away at Newcastle in the Champions League. We got hammered 3-1 away at Inter Milan in Donnarumma's debut. And then we got beat. No, we didn't. And then we drew 1-1 with Celtic, which unfortunately meant we finished outside of the top 8, which means we're in the knockout playoff round as far as the Champions League is concerned. Having beaten Genoa, we got drawn against Sassuolo in the Coppa Italia, which will begin the next episode. First, we've got a big game, top of the table clash, as we say, against Torino. They're 5 points off adrift of us, having played a game more. We're 3 points clear of Milan, who are in second. And hopefully we can bounce back from that disappointing defeat against Inter. So, this is the side we've picked for the game against Torino. Again, it's pretty much our strongest lineup this time rather than Ignacio. Lodovic is struggling fitness-wise, so he's dropped to the bench. Boyomo again in at centre-half, and Shablas at right-back. Donnarumma making his second start, his first game at home for us. And hopefully we have enough to see off our Turin rivals. Right, they've got the ball at the back. Popping it around quite nicely there. Araujo into Sherry back off. We've got the ball into our box. We've got lucky with the bounce there, and then we've hammered it clear. It's still alive. Now Binch bringing it forward. Out to Sula. Binch again to Sula. Tries to cut in on his left foot. The defender gets a foot on it. Sula then loses out again. Serra to Sula. Ball over the top. It's come all the way through to Keenan Yildiz at the back post. And somehow he's completely missed the target. Right, Beck with a throw. Binch, Beck, Vitinha. Now Serra with space. Into Vlahovic. A lovely pass from Serra. Lovely disguise on it. I think Vlahovic might have been offside though. Nope, it's been given. So Binch, Beck, Vitinha, then Serra in loads of space. It looked like he was going to send it out to the right. Lovely disguised ball, and Vlahovic hits it first time from just inside the box. Beats McGraw, and puts us 1-0 up at home. Right, McGraw long down the field. Serie wins a header. Sula to Vlahovic. He loses that with Sula now, going around the outside. Low cross into Vlahovic, still got it. Back to Owen Beck, fires it into the top corner. Puts us 2-0 up after just over half an hour. And we're starting to take control of the game. Sula went around the outside, low to Vlahovic at the near post. He holds it up long enough to find Beck. He cuts across it, and the keeper got a touch on it but couldn't keep it out. And there we are, half time, 2-0 up. We've done pretty well in that first half. We've dominated possession, we've taken a couple of chances and put ourselves in a strong position ahead of the second half. No changes at half time. At a corner for them, chip to the near post. They've got a flick on it and they've hit the woodwork at the back post. And then I think they might have got a penalty. And they have. Right, Nabel up against Donnarumma. Goes the right way, turns it over the top and keeps the lead at 2-0. They've got a corner though, which Nabel's going to take. They've got a head on it. And then Nabel was in an offside position. Vlahovic chips it, a free kick in. Kusiasari at the back post tops it in, but he must have been offside from the header from Binch. And it's been disallowed. Vlahovic just chipped the free kick to the back post. It's Moretti, I think, in the end that gets his head. Oh, it's Binch gets his head on it. Simple tapping for Kusiasari, but he was definitely offside. Right, throw for them on the right. Put over the top. Fabio Silva in behind. Hits the woodwork and goes out for a throw-in. Right, free kick for them. Nebel chips it into the box. Manini back to Nebel. And Amraoui somehow squeezes it in into the corner past the keeper to close the gap to 2-1. I mean, we should have done much better defending this. He just got a bit of freedom and then it's a pretty weak shot, but the keeper's blocked by the defence in front of him. 6 minutes of injury time to hang on for the 3 points. Lodovic goes long. They've won a header. Moretti down for Binch. Wide to Poulsen. Goes past his man. Cross to the back post. Kusiasari gets his head on it. And it loops onto the roof of the net. Another throw for them. They're attacking down this right hand side where we are a bit weak. Manini goes wide to the other side. Boyomo gets his head on it. Kusiasari to Serra. Boyomo, Kusiasari. Now Binch. Now Kusiasari, having started to move it into the box, fires straight into the keeper. It's probably their last chance. It's been cut out. Binch, Kusiasari, Poulsen, and the keeper makes a great save behind for a corner. Well, in fact, he was offside. And there we are, full time, 2-1. Good victory in the local derby. Keeps us top of the table. Keeps that 3-point advantage over Milan. And there we are, the end of another episode. And we're into the second half of this first season of the Juventus, and things are going well. We're still top of the league. We are into the knockout stage of the Champions League, but the competition that really matters, the Coppa Italia, we're into the quarter-final. We've got Sassuolo, which will be first up in the next episode. So join us next time to see if we can stay in the competition. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you then.